to our heart medicine time, practice time. And I want to give a big shout out to all of you who are joining us this evening as we amplify our practices of love and metta and really go deep with this practice. And I love that you're all joining me. I always like to imagine that, I always amplify my altar and I have my crystals and I try to imagine that this love and compassion that we are generating is not just the heart medicine for ourselves alone, but all beings, everyone, right? That as we heal our hearts, we heal all beings simultaneously. So I always like to imagine us going out into the universe. Lord knows we need it right now. And as I've been saying for a long time, that this practice gives us tremendous resiliency. And I particularly have been holding space for a lot of my elder teachers today, those that are in their 70s and 80s. There's diagnoses starting to come in, and just my heart is really full and actually really touched by the poignancy of life. It's so transient. It's so short. Love is all there is to do here now. Let's get down to it. And I know it's hard, and that's why we do our practice. So practice is everything. And so I want to give thanks to our Baba Diva, as always, my co-pilot, who of all things beautiful in the world, who we call the alchemist. And we also want to just say that all of you are welcome. Wherever you're calling in from, wherever you're practicing from, all beings are welcome. And why don't we put a little, do our shouts out to where everyone's coming in from? I know folks are still logging on. So why don't you put your location? As always, we are live from Atlanta, Georgia. And yes, where are you all coming in from? Martinez, California, Laguna Beach, Colorado, Philadelphia. Hi, Pam. Hi, Carly. We got Colorado holding it down, and Truckee, Providence, Rhode Island, Grass Valley, Vancouver. We have Missouri and Santa Rosa. Hi, Robert. Our beautiful friend Madison, and Sonoma, Arizona, Connecticut. Manny's always here. I don't know if Manny has missed you get best student award, Manny. And some of you, all of you do really, but Manny is always there. So San Francisco. Oh, I just hold you all in this moment. Let us hold each other with such tenderness. Right. So much is happening. So welcome all of us here and those beyond in the unseen world. Harriet is always on the altar. Krishna, Jesus, Dalai Lama, they're always at my back, it's like pushing me forward, holding us all up here. So wherever you're coming in from, we just love that you're practicing with us this evening. I love that we have our regular Sangha all the time. We have such a sweet community on our Tuesday nights. I know it's getting to be summertime. It's very early on the West Coast, but we welcome all of our friends who are beaming in from everywhere. And so just to say a couple of things about the practice, again, metta continues to be a practice that is evolving. It's a journey. It's not a destination, it's a continual awakening of the heart, a continual healing of the heart. And so with the practice, as we work with both the visualization and the ongoing repetition of the metta phrases, this is the key to the practice. This is how it's traditionally done, right? We have this visual, which is often hard to hold, right? It does kind of invite us into concentration because we hold the image of ourselves and then we just repeat the metta phrases over and over. May I be happy and peaceful. All beings want happiness, even in their complete delusion, even those that are destroying the world. There's a thought that this will lead to happiness. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. Even greed is about, well, if I get all this, I'll be happy. So all beings, even the animals, the plants, the trees, the sky, everything wants to just be happy and peaceful in its own way. So we offer that to ourselves. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be safe and protected. We protect those that we love, right? Love, we're protectors. I always think of Harriet Tubman as a great protector, her heart, right? You think of Jesus was a protector of some kind, right? He protects his followers. So we send this love out, the great Maharishis and Mahasiddhas. We protect those that we love. So sending this to yourself, may I be safe. May I be protected. This is a very beautiful and poignant phrase, and it goes really deep. Many of us were not protected, so it can bring up that sorrow, but it's important that we're here protecting now, that we're present. And then we say, may my body be healthy and strong. On this one, see if you can imagine light and love moving through your body. May this body, right? Without this body, this is our vehicle for liberation. This is our car to get through this journey. This is what we need to always be working with, the energy of the body, right? The body is alive. So the more you can rest, and also with that phrase, I encourage you to try to have a sense of connection to your body while you're practicing. I'll say more as we start to do the body scan, but try to anchor some level of awareness in the heart throughout this practice, in your belly, letting your body continually soften, okay? And then, of course, we say, may I live with ease and joy and well-being. Okay, this is really just to the present moment, everybody. May I live with ease and joy and well-being, however life is at this moment, right? We meet that moment. We meet any moment with a sense of bringing metta. So we keep the phrases going, okay? As we start, the mind will start wandering on a million, trillion other things. Keep bringing it back. Keep bringing it back, reminding yourself that every phrase is a seed in the ground, right? We are cultivating a beautiful garden that eventually, when metta is fully manifesting in you, you want to be present. You want to be in your mind. You want to be in your body because you feel the energy of the phrases that you have been cultivating. You feel the fruit ripening, right? You start tasting the fruit of the metta practice. And that brings a tremendous amount of joy and a tremendous amount of resiliency, right? A sense of, I can get through this moment. And this is key. Metta is an antidote to fear, anxiety, and hatred. This is a clear message from the Buddhist text. So just as a reminder, I know you all know who come regularly, but it's always good to remind yourself why we're doing it, the benefits of the practice, and then we will start together, okay? So let us begin. I want everyone to find a posture. And if you are able, if your body is able to be upright, that is ideal, right? We want to be working with the heart. You could also use the words and the phrases to say, may my heart be happy and peaceful. May my heart be safe. Sometimes I just switch language a little bit and the practice deepens. Okay, you can also imagine yourself and say, may you be happy and peaceful to yourself. So find the way that helps you connect to the energy of the phrases. Okay, you can adapt it. But the idea is don't drop them. Keep them, come back again and again and again to just seeing yourself, any age, any time, child self, adult self, teenage self, whatever, however you appear, offer that metta. Also really nice, you could put your hand on your heart, right? You can do that. You can put your right hand in your left hand as a way to, again, we're directing energy, we're moving energy. Metta is friendliness. We are practicing being friendly to ourselves, which is radical, liberating, and what our hearts desperately crave is our own love and compassion. So we're gonna work with this together. I love that we get to do it. I'm going right along with you. So on that note, let us begin and we'll do a short body scan as a way to come into your body, feeling your body. Let us, as we close our eyes, I want you to just begin to arrive in your body. And coming in and feeling your head and your face. And as we move through the body scan, soften every place that feels tight. So rest your jaw, soften your face. As we move through the body, you could take a big inhale and exhale. You can feel your neck. And if you need to move your neck and your shoulders around, allow yourself to move them, softening your shoulders, softening your arms. And you're sweeping your attention through your body. Now bring your awareness to your hands and feel your hands in whatever position they're placed. And soften with the breath and the inhale and the exhale. You can breathe in peace on the inhale and peace on the exhale. And now bring your awareness to the whole chest area, particularly right in the center at the heart. And just take some breaths in and out of the chest. Imagine your heart is taking a big inhale and then a big exhale. And as you exhale, peace, soften, allow yourself to unclench. There might be emotions present, sadness or fear or longing or joy or calm, whatever is present in the heart, we just work with things as they are. I'm bringing your awareness now deep into your belly. And take some deep belly breaths here. Underneath the belly button is a place where we chronically hold stress and tension. It's what we're digesting energetically, moves through the belly. So as you breathe in and out of the belly, just let go of any tightness on the exhale. Breathe in peace on the inhale. And as you move your awareness down, feel your sitting bones touching the cushion or the chair or wherever it is that you are making and feeling the contact of your body. Feel the hips. Now feeling your upper legs, and now sweeping your attention, your awareness to your knees and feeling the knees. Feeling your lower legs and calves and ankle. Feel your feet touching the ground or folded. Feel the bottoms of your feet and the tops of your feet. And now sweep your awareness from the top of your head all the way through the body. Breathe in peace. Breathe out peace. Let the nervous system settle. Let the body soften. And then begin to bring your awareness to the heart center. Once again, feeling and keeping yourself anchored in that place in your body. As we pull up the visualization of ourselves as if looking in a mirror, or if you have a favorite photograph somewhere. And as you see this image, let us greet ourselves with care and kindness, friendliness. You might say your name over and over throughout the practice. This is beautiful, a way to connect more directly the energy and the phrases. And as we soften our systems, we'll begin to recite the phrases, holding the vision. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. And may I live with ease and joy and well-being. And just keep softening into seeing the image, holding the image. And may I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. May I live with ease and joy and well-being. And so on your own now, keep the phrases going. Soften. The mind wanders. Come back over and over to your heart and your practice. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. And may I live with ease and joy and well-being. Keep softening in your body. Soften the belly, the shoulders, the chest. And may I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong. May I live with ease and joy and well-being. Keep the phrases going, one after the other. Take your time. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong. In this body. May I live with ease and joy and well-being. reminding yourself that each phrase is a seed going in the ground of your heart. So keep coming back one phrase at a time. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. And may I live with ease and joy and well-being. The softening in the heart center. Letting the whole body relax and settle. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. May I live with ease and joy and well-being. You could say, may my heart be happy and peaceful. May my heart be safe and protected. May my heart be healthy and strong. May my heart live with ease and joy and well-being. Keep the phrases going. Hold the image, friendliness, kindness. And may I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. May I live with ease and joy and well-being. May my heart be happy and peaceful. May my heart be safe and protected. May my heart be healthy and strong. May my heart live with ease and joy and well-being. And as we move to close our practice, I just want us to imagine that there's this great light in our heart. It's like the sun in our chest, and it's shining out this golden, radiant light, shining out. And as we feel and envision that, Bring all of the people in your life who you love and care for into your awareness, your family and friends and co-workers and neighbors, community members on this Sangha on Tuesday night, and just envision all of them in front of you with this great light shining out. And as we do the metta, we begin to offer this to them. May we all be happy and peaceful. And see your community, your pets, the elders, and husbands and wives, all of those that you love near and far away. May we all be safe and protected. And may we all be healthy and strong in our bodies. And just imagine this light is just continually going out to include more and more people, the sanghas that you're a part of, your churches, your groups, those you walk with, those you cook with, those that you practice with. May we all live with ease and joy and well-being. And as you keep shining this light brighter and brighter, you start to include the town that you're in, the state that you're in, widening your circle of metta to include all the beings in the state that you're in, all the beings in all the states in this country, in North America and South America. And just imagine that this light keeps expanding to include all nations, all continents, all countries, all regions, and we offer, may all beings be happy and peaceful. May all beings everywhere be safe and protected. We shine our light all over the world in areas that are needing safety and protection. May all beings everywhere be healthy and strong. And as we expand, we include all of Mother Earth and all of the animals and creatures in every dimension, in the ocean, in the ground, in the forest, in the trees. May Pachamama live with ease and joy and well-being. May all of creation be happy and peaceful. May the universe be healthy and strong. May all of existence in every dimension live with ease and joy and well-being. And as we bring our practice to a close, we always do so with putting our hands together in a bow. Giving thanks to our practice, thanking all the great spirits who have walked this path of love and devotion. We ask the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas to merge into our hearts to offer us the heart medicine, resiliency, wisdom, and clarity. We merge with all of the beings throughout all space and time who have walked the path of love, compassion, equanimity, and joy in service to all beings everywhere. Om Mani Padme Hum. And when you're ready, everybody, you can begin to open your eyes, thanking yourself. May the merit of our practice be reached into every dimension of this universe, and bless all beings to remember their hearts. We are the ecosystem. As we remember, so do all beings. So thank you, everyone. Oh my gosh, that was such a deep one. I know I always say that. Every metta session is always so profound and so just powerful. So thank you all for practicing. If you need to move your body or grab a cup of tea, we can do that for a few moments here before I share a little bit of a hopefully an inspiring message with you all as we talk together and remind each other. We have to remind each other of our goodness right now, everybody. We have to tell the stories of those with big hearts. We have to remember them. Remember our practice, that there are many beings that we follow. The heart's great masters, Maharaji, Neem Karoli Baba, Buddha, Tara, infinite amount of beings who have lived with this open heart, with this metta heart. So I always like, it's so important to remember and continually to tell the stories of ethics and love and goodness. We must not forget the stories of our people as we're blasted with all this other energy, 24 hours, the news cycle, and the amplification of so much delusion and suffering, right? So it's important that your journey now is this great remembering. I'm very excited because I've been working on a new book and I've been sharing it, and it's called The Flame That Remembers, the Sutta of the Returning Light. And this whole book has been really alive in me because I keep thinking about the flame that remembers, the returning light, right? And all of this is really about the depths of the human heart. You know, as we find humanity on this brink, it's like we're teetering on the edge. It's like love or delusion, greed, generosity, right? Interconnectedness, ego-centeredness. It's like we're just on this, it's like we're on this tipping. We keep being on this roller coaster, and it can feel like, oh no, all is lost. But as always, when humanity remembers the truth of the love and compassion as the central wisdom of what gets us through, we will have a rebirth together. And so much of this Dharma book that I've been a little delayed because I had to have a surgery on my hand, but once that is resolved, I'll be back at full capacity. And as I'm writing, it's like, oh, I'm remembering. You are remembering every day how to live as a human being. It's like, oh yes. Have you noticed that, everybody? The sense of things returning, things coming full circle, things we knew as a child, things that we forgot. And also the returning light is like our light. The light of the heart of wisdom carries tremendous light. And I've always talked about how the heart operates like a satellite dish, a star system, right? As you open your heart, you open to the higher realities. It's your portal of awakening is through the heart center. It's not through the mind. And I think that this is the biggest fallacy and delusion in the Western world. This reliance on just science and bare mental capacity. Like if I think about awakening, I'll get there. It's not in that channel. It's about awakening the heart center, and the heart knows the way to get home. It knows, it remembers. And often I talk with my friends, and part of this book, I'm trying to reframe what DNA really is. It's this remembrance of our primordial DNA. The remembrance of our enlightened DNA. It's almost like even our DNA is forgotten, right? It's been programmed with disease and alcoholism and delusion and switches all turned off. And as we practice, it's like, wait, I know how to turn all these back on again, right? Through practice, there's something profound happening. We can use the word becoming. People really resonate with that word. We are becoming, we are remembering. Mindfulness, the word mindfulness translates as remembering, right? I remember to practice. I remember to be here. So as I write this book, as I work on this book, I feel that I may end up going on a long retreat, because as I'm writing and I'm talking, I'm seeing, oh, there's all these things that need to be reignited in myself. So I may end up going on one of those long sadhu retreats so that I can remember my flame, right? I can anchor it so deeply that I never forget. And that's really what the enlightened mind is about. It's that the mind that no longer slips back into forgetfulness. It's the flame that is always on. It is always lit. And I think there's something very powerful in that for us. We no longer vacillate. Right now we're teetering. Every day feels like, oh, well, like we're in this boat just being rocked. And some days I wake up and I feel all this love and compassion. The next day I woke up and I go, oh, no, the world, and we all get thrown into that. Me as well. I'm just a practitioner, right? But this new book that I'm writing, the Sutta, the Returning Light, there's something in me that wants to go deeper, wants to remember, and it's all about the heart center. It's not about what the mind can hold on to. My mind is a child, but the heart is what remembers. The heart is what always carries the truth. Right? If it comes to a battle between your mind and your body, trust your body, everybody. Right? The mind gets influenced and, it's susceptible. That's the ego part of it. So as we talk about this, I want to talk about this quality of faith. We talk about faith in the Buddhist tradition, or in traditions other than maybe the Christian tradition. It's like, well, what are we talking about when we talk about faith? What are we taking? What is faith to a Buddhist, or what is faith to a Hindu, or what is faith to a practitioner? And as I was reflecting on all of the suttas lately, faith has come up over and over. Faith and devotion is what keeps your flame lit, right? It's having faith in the wisdom of truth, having faith in the practices of love, not doubting it. I think one of the things that we get caught in is a lot of doubt, right? We doubt our practices. We look around and going, well, they're practiced for 30 years. Look at them, right? We're always looking outward, right? Like we look, oh, this is no good. Look at that person. That path is no good. But really, faith is about faith in our own wisdom, right? Faith is in our own. First, when we initially encounter a set of teachings, we can have like a blind faith in it, but then it moves to verified faith. And faith and devotion, when I go through all of the suttas, and I've been really, really looking a lot at the Bhagavad Gita. because I'm trying to make sense of the Bhagavad Gita and the faith that Arjuna has. And many of you know the ancient story of the Bhagavad Gita is really a poem, right? It's the most revered book, thousands of years old, the Bhagavad Gita, but it starts on a battlefield, right? It starts we're on a battlefield where Arjuna is sitting in battle and he sees on the other side of the battlefield his family members and kin. And he goes, oh my God, we're in this war. How is it possible? And then of course he's not alone on the battlefield. He has Krishna there representing God, right? So the whole story is about this battle and one of faith. And during this whole conversation where Arjuna and Krishna are on the brink of a battle, right? We could see this in our own moment in time. You know, like this difficulty of what is happening in society, this kind of, well, I've always talked, I'm trying to not say the word demonic anymore because it doesn't really help. It's just greed, hatred, and delusion. When greed, hatred, and delusion manifest, it becomes a force, right? And it becomes a force of suffering, complete suffering. And so as we're entering this period where humanity is going to enter this battlefield together, we will see people who we love on the other side of that line. I know I've shared the story that even my own sister, my beloved sister, she's gone off the dark side, the deep end, and become a MAGA. Oh my God, we're all reeling. How is this possible? Married this guy who is, oh, what can we say? We know the story, everybody. It's not a new one right now. It's everything you see on YouTube. It's all of that. It's the Fox News, but the pain of that, right? It's like my own sister. No, the love is there. So I was thinking about Arjuna as he's talking to Krishna about faith and love, right? This higher message. How do we have faith and devotion in a moment like this? And I want to encourage everyone that the real anchor for our faith and devotion is in the good heart, is in compassion. We go back to the foundations of generosity and love and care for one another. We take refuge in our ethical conduct, right? We don't get swept away and all of the greed, the tsunami that I talk about that's raining down. Oh, it's raining down and it's not going to stop. In fact, it is only going to be amplified. It will get louder and louder until all of us become Arjuna on that battlefield, deciding where are we going, right? Calling on Krishna. Krishna just, represents God. But as Arjuna, the poem starts to unfold, Krishna begins to reveal his full self to Arjuna, right? Because he's struggling. He's like, oh my God, how is this happening? Why is this happening? And Arjuna, as Arjuna's in devotion and in prayer and going, please, Krishna's revealing his own godlike nature, right? So in some way, this battle that we're having, the potential for each one of us to reveal our true nature to each other, to ourselves. There's something that forces us to choose what side we are on. What are we devoted to, right? Where is our faith, right? When enough people root down in that, no, we proclaim our values, our ethics, our love, our interconnected to. When enough people rise in that together, it's unstoppable. That's how the Bhagavad Gita unfolds, right? It's like this is the journey of all of us. So faith and devotion, without that, you will have no juice for your practice. Faith and devotion is like it's the fuel for your car, right? It's what allows us to traverse through these difficulties. We have faith. So today I had the great benefit. I had reached out to some of my teachers and I was having many conversations today. And so had a very long conversation with Jack Cornfield and Trudy Goodman, his wife. And they're both coming up on 80 years. They're having birthdays this year, 80-year birthday. And they're still traveling the world like the goodwill ambassadors, turning the wheel of the Dharma. And I was talking to Trudy and I was saying, God, you're so resilient. And she was reminding me, she goes, Spring, I'm still here. A few years cancer and I battled that and had an operation. Before that, I broke my back and I had to have this broke her back, literally had a broken back and had this ginormous bodysuit on. I was like, oh my God, yeah, Trudy, how could I have forgotten it? And she was just saying, and I was telling her, oh, Bootsy, I got hit by this truck. And she was just telling me, oh, I so understand. In Boston, I got hit by a truck, but at least you're going to get a settlement. I got hit in the middle of the night. I got nothing, And I was like, oh my God, you had all these broken bones and surgery. And then both of them started telling me, oh my God, remember when that happened? And remember when that happened? And they were saying, you've got to have faith right now when all seems lost. Faith makes a way out of no way, right? Where things seem impossible, where everything feels like obstacles and injuries and delusion, right? Rains down. It's the time where we actually grow in our practice of faith and devotion to these teachings. And some of you are Buddhist practitioners, and I think that's wonderful because it's a philosophy that I hold great love and reverence to. It's so dear to my heart. To take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha is an act of faith. To take refuge in whatever deity or the God of your choice, to have faith, and we ask, please get me through the way. Let me take refuge in the heart. Let me walk this path, not influenced by the tsunami that's raging around us, but how do we take the higher road? And the higher road does not mean the road of running away. Sometimes that high road compels us to walk into hell for heavenly causes, right? But we're awakening to that. We are learning. So faith is very important, everybody. It's like the water on imagine a dry piece of ground and then you water it. Faith is a quality in the Buddhist suttas that they call it one of the 5 superpowers, right? Because you see in the Tibetan tradition, and as many of you know, my root practices are Vajrayana practices. So many of my most beloved teachers are Tibetan. But their unbelievable faith is what weathered them getting through not only a genocide, but to keep their culture, their teachings intact, right? That we will rise again. We will continue to practice, and we will keep coming back to the heart over and over, everyone. We must have faith in our true wisdom. We are the flames that are remembering. We are the returning light. And right now we're on this descent, it feels like, but we got to fulfill the book here, as Bob Marley said, right? And this is a part of our consciousness that we have to go down the dark road before we recognize the one that is light. Sometimes you have to get into that terrible relationship before you go, okay, I got the teachings. Sometimes we have to fall apart in order to awaken. And I think that this is what's happening right now. And we have to even have faith in that out of every collapse and descent, there's the inevitable rise, right? That there's the return. So faith and devotion are very important qualities as a Dharma student, as somebody practicing metta. And so somebody who wants to go deep in your meditation, you have to rest in that faith. You have to call on that faith. You have to verify your faith, move from blind faith to verify that these teachings do work, that we are moving, we are evolving, we are opening, and we are changing. So faith and devotion, this has been such a powerful moment in my own life as I've been journeying through this whole place in Atlanta and coming back to this returning light and knowing deep in my heart sometime next year I'm going to have to go up to this mountaintop to light the flame again, right? It's kind of like go into the cave, turn the lights on and remember something deeper than what we can remember. So to say again, this is a beautiful time to take retreat, everybody, to take refuge in your spiritual communities. This isn't really a time where we can get a lot of momentum because everything is in a kind of collapse. I'm feeling like there was this moment where I was trying to build this thing in Atlanta, but it's like sailing out. The tsunami is so strong. It's like, oh my God, I'm just getting blown back to shore. It's like I'm out there and I was like, whoop, right back where I started, right back where I started. And so somehow this deeper wisdom arose in me as I'm writing this book, like, wait, I am the flame that needs to be remembering. And I think I have to turn up that heat of the devotion and practice in a way that is much more stable, that I can't ride out into that ocean with all the sharks and then all the benevolent beings too. There's always sharks in the water, everyone. That never goes away. This is samsara, right? But we're able to move above and move through with this great heart of love. So that is a part of the message that I want to say tonight is to reflect on your own faith. What do you have faith in? What are you devoted to? What are your practices right now? As things are getting more and more tumultuous, when nobody's there, what are you taking refuge in? Right? That gives you ground. I hope it's these practices. I hope that you find your ground in the wisdom of the awakened one. You know, I'm going to come back to the Bhagavad Gita and try to figure that out more, where Arjuna really got the power to stand on the battlefield and even to understand truly the depths of the Bhagavad Gita. You know, it's something that they say takes 1,000 lives to understand. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna get there. This is something powerful in this Arjuna and God on the battlefield and meeting the moment of our own hearts and minds. So I want to pause there and see if anyone would like to share or if anyone would like to say anything or ask a question. How are you all doing during this time? What's arising in you? How is your practice going? I always love to hear from our community. Does anyone have anything they would like to share about this moment, your practice, or something even with your own faith? How are you doing? So let's go to Madison. Hi, Madison.
Hi, Spring. Good to see you.
Good to
Um,
see you.
I have, I don't know where I am with faith. I don't know where I am with it. It's been a um, it's been a rough time. I wasn't reading the news after the election for about 6 weeks, and it was lovely. And now I'm reading it, and it's a little less lovely. I wanted to ask you because you mentioned your sister, and I thought, oh my God, somebody I've been really close to recently told me that something or other. Well, I'm not one of these crazy left wing liberals. And it took me about a week. I didn't say anything. I got real quiet and I called her the next week and I said, by any chance, are you now Republican? She said, yeah, I was a Democrat and now I'm a Republican. And it's because of these myths. And she went into whatever the myths were.
Yeah.
And all week long, I've been saying, I want to call her and say, so you drank the Kool-Aid. And I think that's my question is, I'm not calling her to ask that, but I'm wondering in my own heart, does this mean that all the good things that were there and would still be there in the relationship, it feels like this boulder. And I haven't made a call since. I was so proud of myself
Mm.
to not say anything, to not refute, to not debate, to not refute, to just say, oh, this is where you are. So she got to say exactly where and why. But I was just wondering maybe how you go through that. It's fine when
Yeah.
I other people, when I say, oh, they're an
Yeah.
other, they're the
Yeah.
magnet people. But then when it's somebody who's close to you, you want to just shake them and say, no, what's wrong with you?
I know this is a huge area, and I know whole families that have broken up over this, very couples that have broken up over this. I think our family is just going through a process. As my sister was very close to me and very, I wrote about her in the first chapter of my Harry Tubman book. She was there at the beginning of it, and her whole life dedicated to practice, and it is just so interesting. But it forces us to become equanimous, and it forces us to kind of let go of our wants and needs. And I wanted my sister and I to be close. I've had to let go of her in some way energetically. And some of us will let go of friendships, people. There will be a dividing line coming up as this insanity mounts and this energy goes. It could lead to full civil war. And somebody could be like on that battlefield, like Arjuna. The thing was, he was facing his family members that were on another side of the battlefield. They were in opposition, right? And so it's really difficult for all of us, but we have to just keep trusting that everybody is on the path that they need to be on. Somehow my sister needs to be a born again Christian right now, an evangelical. She needs to experience that as part of the path. So I think that we all are asked to hold a certain kind of space for those who we've deeply loved and we still love, and know that we're holding that they're in a process, and we're all holding each other in a process. And I think this is the complexity of the Bhagavad Gita, of as this battlefield that it feels like we're on, and to watch people do maybe very destructive things because they're influenced, not to throw them out of our hearts, but to have really clear boundaries when we need to, right? To have our own boundaries, but not being boundaried with our unconditional love. I still love my sister, but I have different boundaries now. I have to. It's just, it wouldn't make sense any other way, but I really understand this one. So thank you for sharing that. And you'll find your way. We say, I love you, and we might have, it may be too difficult. It depends on, how close that relationship is. But we'll all be facing this more and more, everybody, as this division gets more rooted. Oh, Robert, I saw that you had wrote something. Would you like to share? Faith is
Well,
not blind belief. Yes.
yes,
Hello, Robert.
thank you very much. Sorry for the little background noise. But
Hello.
as you are speaking, it just speaks to me really strongly. What faith is. Faith is obvious, absolutely not blind belief, because when you talk about, the body, the heart, and all of the
Mm.
wisdom that our body, has. I don't wake up and begin to tell my body so many things. It does it on its own. The heart knows when to breathe. It knows when to provide that energy. So there's incredible amount of wisdom if I could just slow down and begin to listen to the heart, and as it gives this signal, very
Mm.
powerful in the midst of all of the destructions that is happening. Yet the heart keep pumping and breathing all the time, 24/7. That I don't do much to it, but it's just act of love shining, and I just need to attune myself to remember that all the time, no matter what the circumstances.
Yeah, so it's what you're saying is kind of like it's to have faith in the present moment. It's to have faith that also everything's unfolding, our bodies naturally, that there is a this loving force moving us, and to have faith. Yes, it's really to have faith that everything is going to be okay. Eventually, it all is. Everything will unfold as it needs to unfold. But that's hard for us as a society, right? It's hard for us to trust the heart when it feels the heart is getting trampled on. It looks like that in the outer level, but underneath the ground, there's people remembering that the heart has this resonance and wisdom. Yeah, thank you for that reminder, Robert. And also, do you want to say anything else? Like, how do you define faith for yourself? Oh, you just had to unmute yourself there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Faith, as I look backwards in my life, I just have to remember all of the challenges that I've gone through, wherein I didn't have food to eat, I didn't have books, textbooks to read upon. I didn't have teachers that I could rely on. I just went back and then lie down and start to remember what I was taught. And so all of
Mhm.
that guidance that I had received is just to go back and ground myself in that belief, even though, yes, I may have so much now, but still to go backwards and rely on that guidance that I've constantly received so that my brain don't take over. Now I begin to direct everything based on my cognitive ability to always remember that guidance is always there if I could, harness that faith.
Yeah. Well, your life story, Robert, has always been, I mean, when you talk to Robert and his journey from Sierra Leone all the way to, it's like, oh my God. One has faith that there is protection, there is power. And Harriet Tubman had great faith too. This unstoppable faith in truth and justice. And so did Dr. King. And there is this, like, we can rely on that. But we all have to cultivate that in our own way through the heart, trusting that our hearts know how to navigate and get through. So, oh, Robert, I always love hearing from you. Robert's our resident Buddha in Madison, Wisconsin, who shines in every week for us. And there was one other, I think, person who wanted to say something. Or Baba, did you want to share anything too as we move to close out our class? Thank you, Madison. Thank you. Um, thank you, Robert, so much. Wow, look at you. We get the real view.
No, I'm having a little bit of audio challenge,
I
so
can hear you.
yes, I'll just keep it concise. Really, it's all about resetting and simplifying for me. Less rituals, less practice. Well, more practice, but simplified practice right now. Really dialing into my heart and remembering. I love what you said before, remembering who I am, how I hold my own
Yeah.
experience. So important because it gets so easy to get lost in other people's experiences of you. So it's so important to
Yes.
remember who you are more than anything else, because I think as the hierarchies unravel, it all brings us back to our hearts. We are the hope, the love, the joy, the liberation we've been looking for.
Yes. Thank you. Amen. Hallelujah. So everybody, we just give thanks to you all. The more we practice the heart medicine, the more we start to remember. And so try to practice every day. Find yourself, you can go outside on the earth at night. Start to allow the meta phrases to come alive in you, not just in the practice sessions, but throughout the day, right? When you feel nervous, when you feel anxiety, when you feel overwhelmed, or you feel joy, you can start offering them. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong. And may I live with ease and joy. These are meant to be lived and alive. So just remember that the more you practice, the more we're unfolding this sort of the great heart. I don't know another way to access the heart like through other than through the meta, right? We've got to feel it. We've got to call on it, you know? And these practices and all the retreats that I'm doing this year. We have a heart medicine retreat on Friday starting. We also have other retreat at Big Bear in June, where I'll be doing bhakti and devotion. I have other retreats coming up this summer, things on the website, but all of it is around this heart work. So thank you all, everybody. And if you would like to support our class, that would be so lovely. All the donations go to support me and helping to continue as a Dharma teacher right now. And I want to give thanks to all the generous supporters. Thank you all of you who always give on Venmo and PayPal. Thank you. We appreciate your generosity. And may this work and this practice go out into the world 1,000 times, million times through you, through me. Metta lives, right? It only manifests as a living practice when we do it, right? Then it becomes alive in all of us. So I want to give thanks to you all. And why don't we turn our microphones off and just say bye to each other? I always like that part where I can say bye. Look, I see you. I see you, Deborah. It looks like you're over there with your family. Ah, we send love to you all in Grass Valley, and also
Thank you.
Robert and
Thank you.
Barbara,
Thank you.
Madison,
Thank you, Sophie.
Cynthia.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Steve and Romaine and Pamela and Deb.